That time is 11 o'clock on this late Tuesday night, October 3rd, 2017. It is time now for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Tuesday night, October 3rd, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It is 11 o'clock on this late Tuesday night, and now top story on the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Tuesday night is gunman may have planned an earlier attack before targeting concert in the latest in Las Vegas shooting. Russian League Facebook ads targeted Michigan and Wisconsin. President Trump loves praise and paper towels to Puerto Rico's storm victims. Anti-abortion congressman urged women to get an abortion, text messages suggest. Yahoo says all 3 billion accounts acted in 2013 data theft. The latest Senate Catalan referendum, region independence in a matter of days. U.S. votes against UN resolution condemning gay sex death penalty, joining Iraq and Saudi Arabia. Mattis pressed to defend Trump's rejection of U.S. North Korea talks, as Kurdish leader and Iraqi President Jalal Tabani brought people together. Pence's chief of staff suggests wealthy donors purge anti-Trump Republicans. Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump final with late financial disclosure forms quoted in a report. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley warned over Trump retweet. Attleboro police warn of scam targeting business owners. Europe will proceed with SoftBank deal, limit Caledon's power. IRS awards multi-million-dollar fraud protection contract to Equifax. Ford CEO Jim Atkins 6-point plan to turn around the automaker. Flush with a duo noble, the legal team parties at Caltech. SpaceX plans to send 100 passengers to Mars by 2024. Young Mars may have had water lakes and methane bursts. Space flight to launch U-class payloads for NASA. ACLU is to increase access to abortion pill. How narrative fitness may affect breast cancer risk. And blood donors from around the world line up to help the Las Vegas shooting victims. Peter, chill news time. 11:02 on this late Tuesday night, and it's time now for a sports report. The Wheaton Lions men's soccer team defeat Trinity 4-3. The Wheaton Lions women's soccer defeat Wellesley on the road 3-0, while the field hockey team got shellacked by the MIT Engineers at Wheaton College 6-1, while the Wheaton Lions volleyball team at home Blake Emerson 3-0, and in the AL wildcard game in game number 1, the one and only one and you're done game, it is New York Yankees leading the Minnesota Twins 7-4. NBA almost got the All-Star changes right this time. USNWT saw outscoring about group kicked out of Disney World Park, and Chiefs unanimously take spot in AP NFL Power Rankings. Peter Chell News Time is 11:03 on this late Tuesday night, and it is time now for traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's study off on the MBTA, where it's looking good on the ferry, subway, and the commuter rail service. Looking at highways and byways of New England, Merritt Parkway, westbound side, also West Haven. Route 16 eastbound side, low sort of Killenly, stretch after 395. I 91 on the southbound side, low sort of Northampton, Massachusetts, and Cumberland, spurred also between Main Turnpike and 295 in Portland. Peter Channel News Time is 11:04 on this late Tuesday night, and it is time now for a weather report and our current conditions at the 11:05 on this Tuesday night in Norton. It is 48 degrees is our temperature with a dew point about 46, humidity 92%, and a barometer 30 to 50 inches. Okay, looking at current conditions around the region. It is 57 in Boston, 54 in Bedford, 57 in Fitchburg, 55 in Beverly and Gloucester 52 and Worcester 57 and Boston 54 and Norwood 46 in Taunton 46 in Bedford. It's 52 in Plymouth 50 in Falmouth and Martha's Vineyard 54 and Nantucket 55 in Chatham 55 in Provincetown 55 in Providence 54 in Montauk 50 and in Montauk 54 in Block Island 52 in Islip 55 in New York City 59 in Bridgeport and Raven. It's 54 in Denbury 52 in Waterbury 48 in Middletown and Meriden in Connecticut. It's 55 in Hartford and Winslow 52 in Springfield 55 in Greenfield, Massachusetts. It's 52 in North Meadows, Massachusetts. 54 in Pittsfield, Mass. 61 in Albany, New York. 48 in Sturgis Springs. It's 54 in Rutland and Bennington, Madison, Vermont. It's 55 in Lebanon, New Hampshire. 55 in LaCoria, New Hampshire. 54 in Concord, New Hampshire. 55 in Manchester and Nashua and Jeff, New Hampshire. 52 in Keene, New Hampshire. 55 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. 54 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Okay, that surface map around the country shows a ridge of high pressure from the United States and off the northeast coast, and a station front from the Four Corner region, emerging cold front from Texas all the way up to the western Great Lakes, and a front from Michigan all the way down to Arkansas with the clouds covering much of eastern Texas and western Louisiana and southern Oklahoma, stretching up to Missouri, and high pressure region and Pacific Northwest. Stretching from Washington down through west Arizona with a low pressure around Arizona and a low pressure in Yosemite, California, and New Mexico, and western Texas, and a front down to the Bahamas of Mexico, and a front from the Central Rockies down for the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, and then one front valley and another one from northern North Dakota, stretch up to Saskatchewan, and another one from eastern Dakota all the way up to the Manitoba with low pressure right in Manitoba and northern Ontario. And high pressure ridges in Wyoming. 74 degrees in Detroit. It's 66 in Pittsburgh, 64 in Washington, D.C., 70 in Atlanta, 80 in Miami, Florida, with a photo from off the photo coast and down for West Central Cuba, 76 in Dallas, 77 in Brownsville, Texas. It's 73 out in Kansas City and Chicago, Illinois, 61 in Omaha, Nebraska. It's 56 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 30 in Great Falls, Montana, 60 in Seattle, 66 in San Francisco, 65 in Los Angeles. It's 80 in Las Vegas, 55 in Salt Lake, 52 in Denver, 91 in Phoenix, and 70 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. All right, let's take a look at the latest radar satellite photo around New England and check it out. It's some few spotty clouds in North Central New Brunswick, and a line of clouds way off the Nova Scotia and way off the New England coast, and some rain showers northeast off New Brunswick, and spotting a lines of clouds and showers from northeastern Ontario down for the UP of Michigan, down for Wisconsin, down to Iowa, down for Kansas, and then there's a rain popcorn cluster of showers and storms from Oklahoma, Texas, western Texas, eastern New Mexico, and around Arkansas, down for Missouri. And clouds, rain showers in north central Nevada. And rain showers in central portions of Alberta, and some clouds and showers off the southeastern tip of Alaska. Okay, let's take a look at the tropics. And we got two disturbances. Disturbance 1, the short thunderstorm activity associated with a broad area of low pressure located in the southwest Caribbean Sea is beginning to show some signs of organization. Development conditions are forecasted steadily become more conducive for development, and this system is expected to become a tropical depression within the next few days. The large disturbance should move slowly northwestward to northward over across the ordinary eastern portion of Nicaragua and Honduras, moving in the northwestern Caribbean Sea on Thursday and Friday, and emerge over the southern Gulf of Mexico by the weekend. Interested in Nicaragua and Honduras should monitor the progress of the system over the next couple of days, and Air Force Reserve President Ricardo is scheduled to investigate the disturbance Wednesday afternoon in nursery. Regardless of failment, the system is likely to produce heavy rains over the ports of the Central America during the next few days. Some formation chance forecast. BM 50% formation chance 5 days, high 70%. And disturbance number 2, a total low pressure associated with central Cuba and extended northern and Straits of Florida has produced a body of disconnected showers and thunderstorms across the southern peninsula of Florida, the northwest Bahamas, and the adjacent inland waters. Reports of land stations along the southeastern Florida coast and western Bahamas and nearby ships indicate the wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour and occurring in the southern area showers. Although significant development of the system is not expected due to strong upper level winds, brief squalls likely produce locally heavy rainfall and strong gusty winds over the portion of the Bahamas and the strong up in Florida. And also during the next couple of days, and formation chance forecast. Low 10% formation chance 5 days, low 10%. Forecast discussion. High pressure moves south New England Wednesday, resulting in unseasonably warm weather over spread area Wednesday and Thursday. A cold front should move across the region Wednesday night and early Thursday with just a spot shower possible. The front then saw a stretch south of the area following a weak wave of low pressure tracking along the boundary and Friday, yielding and scattered showers. The front lifts over the region with a warm and humid area mass over spread area late Saturday and early next week. There may be some periodic showers with some localized downpours at this time. High pressure slides south of New England overnight and light southerly full development, which should keep a temperature a bit mild than last night. Forecast and track up-to-date TTD grids to reflect current observations and trends. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, mostly good about 42 degrees, light southwest wind. For Wednesday, south sky about 37 degrees, light southwest wind increase at 5 to 9 miles in the morning. For Wednesday, a slight chance of showers after 3 a.m. increase sky at about 38 degrees and southwest about 8 miles an hour, just page 20%. Thursday, a slight chance of showers before 7 a.m. Punta south about 8 degrees and west about 70 miles an hour, just page 20%. Thursday night, a slight chance of showers. And podcast got about 55 degrees and southwest about 5 miles an hour, coming in evening, just page 20%. Friday, chance of showers, Punta center and most cast about 71 about 55 degrees and just page 40%. For Saturday, mostly cast about 71 degrees and Saturday, a chance of showers after midnight, patchwork between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. Otherwise, mostly cast about 60 degrees. Chance page to 30%. For Sunday, chance of showers, mostly cast about 75 about 61 degrees. Chance page to 45%. Columbus Day, chance of showers, mostly cast about 74 about 63 degrees and chance page to 50%. And for Tuesday, chance of showers, mostly cast about 74 degrees and chance of precipitation is 50%. Peter's weather phase of the night. Beautiful night on tap and a warm one in store for tomorrow. And that's me for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Tuesday night, October 3rd, 2017. I'm PJ. We'll see you have a good time with a good 5 days, and I'll see you tomorrow morning in the morning. I hope y'all have a good night.